Hi, this is John Weber with TechNexion, and on this video I want to give you an overview of the hardware and features of the Wandboard EDM-G-IMX8M-PLUS development kit. So this is the development board we have right here. It's fairly compact, as you can see. We have the Wandboard i.MX8M-PLUS system on module. You can see the system on module is connected up underneath this heatsink to this 260 pin SO-DIMM connector. The module is about 70 millimeters by 35 millimeters in size underneath this heatsink. You may notice we have an antenna cable coming here out from underneath the heatsink. We actually go ahead and connect the wireless antenna, which in this case is a little PCB antenna, for you as a convenience, mainly because putting that connector on requires removing the heatsink or putting the connector on before you put the heatsink on, so we just do that for your convenience. We have this taped down just to keep it from moving around during shipping, but you're free to move this around however you need to after taking the kit out of the bag. The interfaces that we have on the board are starting here on the left-hand side. We have a 12-volt power supply input and a USB Type-C connector. The board can be powered via either this 12-volt connector or it can be powered via USB OTG. 12 volts is needed for some peripherals, including some Vision Link cameras, which I'll go into, and then also LVDS displays, as we can power the LVDS display with 12 volts. USB OTG is normally perfectly fine as long as your host can support the power necessary, as long as you don't need Vision Link cameras or LVDS. USB OTG Type-C here works at USB 3.0 rates. If you're using i.MX8M+, this board can also host i.MX8M Mini and i.MX8M Nano, and in those cases that's USB 2.0. Right next to that we have HDMI connector, which works with i.MX8M+. If you're populating Mini and Nano, this is inactive, as those SOMs contain SoCs that don't have HDMI support. And then here we have two USB 3.0 Type A ports that work up to 3.0 speeds, USB 3.0 speeds if you're using i.MX8M+. If you're using i.MX8M Mini or Nano, those work at USB 2.0 speeds. This is a USB 2.0 connector that comes off of a hub that we have on the board. That is just there because we happen to have an extra port available, so we just connected it up there. And then we have our Gigabit Ethernet connector. This wires over the board-to-board connector, wires directly into the PHY that's on the module. And then here we have our audio jack. This is microphone and headphone jack right here, and then also we have left and right speaker connectors right there. Next to that we have our console connectors. On these pins are power and ground, and then also a couple of UART pins. These are at 3.3 volt signal levels. You can use a provided cable, so we have one of these cables plugs directly into there that's included in the kit. Here it is right here, just to show you that. This is an FTDI cable. So on one end in this big fat back shell here, there's a USB to UART chip embedded in that, and then here's that connector I was just showing you. This console 1 port, if you can read that, this console 1 port is for the Cortex A53 cores, so Linux and U-Boot. If you are using the Cortex M7 or M4, if you're using i.MX8M Mini, it's an M4. That is the port that's used by default with the Cortex M4. That's the default for those ports. You don't have to use that. You can change the port configuration if you'd like in software, but those are the ports that are used by default. Here we have the LVDS, the dual channel LVDS connector. We're working on a development kit that we'll put out later on for that. Here are the 70-pin Hirose connectors that we use for our cameras, and I'll go into that here in a little while. Over here we have our 40-pin connector. This is very similar to a Raspberry Pi interface. It has the power and the ground and all the interfaces, I2C and UART and etc. They're all in the same places where they would be on Raspberry Pi, so you can connect hats up to that. Over here we have our boot configuration switches. This top dip switch here tells the SOM whether you want to boot from eMMC or micro SD. We have a micro SD port right here on the baseboard on the bottom. So you can boot from micro SD or onboard eMMC by changing the selection on that switch. And then here you can press this switch down, and then then you can reset the board. And when you do that sequence, it will be the SOM, when you power it, will be in serial download mode. So you can then load up the eMMC with over USB OTG with that. On the back side of the board, I want to show you the interfaces we have here. So on the back side of the board, we have, as I was showing you earlier, the micro SD card interface. We have also an M.2 slot, which can be a full-length M.2 slot for NVMe cards, or you can also put shorter length cards in there to support cellular radios, for example. And then here, these are a couple of different wafer connectors we use for touchscreen, I2C based touchscreen. And then here is a SIM card slot. So if you wanted to plug in a cellular radio to here, you can to do that right there. You just use the SIM card slot for that. So I wanted to actually go through this. These are our two camera interfaces. In i.MX8M+, you have two camera interfaces available. On these, we put a number of different voltages that you would need to power cameras, as well as the mipi-csi interface and I2C and control signals, etc. To plug onto that, we have a variety of products. So here, this is our Tebi OV5640 camera. So we see the same 70-pin connector, and that can plug directly onto one of these slots here. So you can plug that right onto there, or just set that aside. Or we actually have a long, I think it's about 200 millimeters long FPC cable that plugs onto the slot as well. So this connector here can plug right onto that slot, that connector right there. I'm not going to do it here on the video because I'll probably make a mistake. And then you can take the camera and you can plug it onto there, so you can remotely connect the camera a little bit away from the board that way. And then we also have other accessories. So in this case, this is an HDMI receiver card. So this has a Toshiba chip that will take HDMI and convert it to mipi-csi. We call this the VisionLink HDMI board. And then that can plug directly onto this camera slot or that camera slot. So you can use a couple of different things. You can plug two cameras onto here, or you can plug one camera and one HDMI receiver, or you can plug two HDMI receivers. So you have a number of different configurations that you can support there. So to conclude this, if you are interested in learning more about the specifications of the Wandboard EDM-G-IMX8M-PLUS development kit, or the EDM-G-IMX8M-PLUS system on module, you can head right over to TechNexion.com or at the link below. If you're interested in purchasing a development kit, we have them available for immediate delivery at TechNexion.com. Just head on over to our website. Thanks very much. This is John Weber with TechNexion. See you next time.